Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to URKG. Cristiano just sat down with Piers Morgan and opened up like never before, people. He spoke about missing Diogo Jota's funeral, his emotional reunion with his boyhood hero, why Wayne Rooney still can't stop comparing him with Messi, and even his thoughts about Donald Trump, Sir Alex Ferguson, and a worldwide fame. This interview had everything, bro. It had everything: emotions, controversy, and a raw honesty, really, from the GOAT himself. He also spoke about Messi's World Cup, and a lot of Messi fans are not gonna like this. Watch this until the end. You're not gonna like it, people. But today, of course, we're gonna break down everything he said, the heartbreak, the legacy, and the truth behind every headline, everything he talked about. I'll try to summarize that in under 10 minutes, so let's do it. Before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know in the comment section your thoughts about that interview if you have watched it. But first thing that jumps into my mind is actually Jota. You know, he spoke about Diogo Jota, the death of Diogo Jota, it was huge. There was a lot of talks why Cristiano did not attend him, and people online just try to judge the situation. But he came out and explained why he missed it. He basically did not want to be the biggest person in that grief. He didn't want to take attention away from Diogo Jota, and he was sad. You could see it in his eyes. It's really guilt, grief, and love. Just for a fallen teammate. He had that love, he had that connection. This wasn't about headlines, this was just a human being trying to explain why he missed it. And people need to understand that. He spoke about the propaganda. He also spoke about, the second reason he gave is that since his father's death, he's never actually went back to the cemetery. So you can understand why he missed it. And some journalists, they took the headline, oh, Cristiano missed it, this. They could say whatever they want, but Cristiano really actually deeply saddened by Diogo Jota's death. That's what I got from that interview. The second thing that came up into my mind that I want to talk about is, of course, his fitness. People talk about, you could talk about the discipline stuff, but even at 40 years old, right? This man trains like he's 25. No shortcuts, no cheat days. He mentioned how Michael Jordan and Serena Williams inspired him. And legends recognize legends, bro. And that's what separates Cristiano. He doesn't just compete with a single player. He doesn't just compete with Messi. He competes with history, people. And it just shows you how big this guy is. The third thing, of course, I want to mention is this, of course, Wayne Rooney, right? It wouldn't be a Cristiano interview without Messi talk, right? Obviously, Wayne Rooney, his old mate, said that Messi is better. And Cristiano, I thought he handled it really calmly and with class, really. Everyone has their opinion. He said you can tell it doesn't bother him really anymore. He's done the chasing validation. He's chasing immortality right now. I don't think he cares what Rooney says or what Van Nistelrooy says or what any of his teammates say about Messi being better than him. I don't think he cares. He knows he's the big dog. He knows he's better than anybody in this universe. Also, he spoke about the Saudi Pro League is better than the Portuguese league, better than the Ligue 1. It's only PSG. Why don't they count the Saudi Pro League goals, assists for golden balls? It's all excuses. Basically, he's saying that it's actually, bro, he's saying that it's difficult to score in Saudi, and it's also easier. He also mentioned that it's actually easier. For me, it was easier to score in Spain than Saudi. Basically, he's saying if you have a solid team behind you, you could score more goals in Spain than in Saudi. And Saudi, he thinks, is more difficult. I don't know. It might be the team. I might have to disagree with this. I don't think it's easier to score in Spain than Saudi. I can understand what he's saying. Like it's more difficult, for example, to score in the Premier League than in La Liga. But again, I think La Liga is more difficult than Saudi Pro League. Honestly, it is. But I have to disagree on that. But he said that it will be easier for him to score goals in Spain. Another thing that he mentioned, I spoke about this already. It's not about this. He did mention something about is it a dream to win the World Cup? And when he said that the World Cup wasn't his dream anymore, that just hits different, right? Because 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he did mention that winning the World Cup is a dream for him. But now he comes out and say it's not a dream for me. I think what he's trying to say, basically, it was taken out of context. But I think what he's trying to say is that, yes, it is a dream, but you can't define my career with 6 and 7 games in the World Cup. Whether I win it or not, it's not going to define who I am. And I'm 100% with him. It doesn't matter if you win the World Cup or not. What you did in your career is not going to be defined with one competition that happens every 4 years. So I think I'm fully in agreement with that. You know, it could be a dream, but it can't be a defining moment to define who a player is and what, based on just one competition and looking at the World Cup. He also spoke about David Beckham. Who is the better looker? Is it Cristiano or Beckham? You guys let me know in the comments. But look, this part really made me laugh. You know, this was just a pure banter, I would say. You know, Cristiano has that confident grind, and you know, he always gonna say I'm better than him. And he said me 100%. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm not gonna get into this, but this is something that he mentioned about David Beckham. And he also spoke about Alex Ferguson. Of course, he's a good man, a person I always will have in my heart. He really helped me in my life, in my career, my father in football. Yes, he guided me and always maintained his word. I respect him a lot. You know, without Ferguson, I think Cristiano would have been a different person. If he went to Arsenal, for example, he might have had a completely different trajectory, really. I think Ferguson took care of him like a father, like a second father. So he knows that. And without Ferguson, I think Cristiano would not be where he's at now. All the confidence, all the guidance with that team, with all those leaders. You know, as a young kid, he had to deal with all the leaders, Rio, Roy Keane, Gary Neville. I can name all of them, really. That dressing room, Paul Scholes, that dressing room had a lot of leaders, and to be in that dressing room really kind of shaped Cristiano for his future and who he is now, really. He also spoke about Donald Trump. He said, imagine our next interview with me, you, and Donald Trump. He's talking to Piers Morgan, of course. Piers Morgan says at the White House, and that will be even better, says Cristiano. And he also mentioned that he might be more famous than Donald Trump. In any country, he says that if you can go to any country, you can go to any island, and pretty much they're gonna know me more than Donald Trump. And I absolutely agree with that. I think in 2025, most people know Cristiano than Donald Trump. That's just my opinion. Whether you disagree or not, it really doesn't matter. But I think that's what I think. And this is the main thing, bro. This is the biggest thing I want to mention. This is why we're doing the video. He says, how many World Cups did Argentina win before Lionel Messi? They are used to winning. If Portugal wins, it will shock the world. And I absolutely 100% agree with this, because I've been saying this to all Messi fans, you know, on this channel as well. You know, it's easier to win with Argentina and Brazil and France and Spain and Germany. You know, these countries have won the World Cup before. But it's a whole different ball game to win with Portugal. Portugal never won any competition without Cristiano. As soon as he came in, Portugal have now 3 trophies. 2 Nations League and 1 European title. So you've got to understand that Eusebio played, Figo played. That Figo team also had unbelievable players, but guess what? They've never won the Euros. They've never won the World Cup. So for me, he's absolutely spot on. Messi winning with Argentina is not the same as Cristiano winning with Portugal. If Portugal win the World Cup, it's a whole different ball game. And that just breaks everything in this universe. To do it with a smaller nation is a completely different ball game than to win it with Argentina. So don't make that comparison. That's all I wanted to say. Do not make that comparison. But I want to keep it short, as always. These are the things that really stood out for me. You guys let me know in the comment sections what you made of the interview. You know, did you like it? Did you not like it? What stood out for you the most? Let me know in the comments. As always, hit that like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.